Hi, it's Penny Black and Jill Foster here with another Brushstroke Basics video. And in today's video, I will be demonstrating how to stamp and paint with a beautiful no-line watercolor look using our e.l.f. Stocking Cling Stamp. And here's a look at that stamp itself and a card idea for what you can do with your stamped and painted panel once it is complete. So before I begin, I will pop up here a list of all the supplies I'm using on this stamped and painted panel. And I will put this back up on screen at the very end of the video. So if you see anything you want to look at in more detail, you can just hit pause at that time and check out all of the ink colors, stamp numbers and names, paper, paintbrushes, everything will be listed on that supply list. So to begin, I am stamping in my Misty Stamp Positioning Tool onto Fabriano Hot Press watercolor paper, and I am inking this using Ranger Archival ink in the color of Shadow Gray. And I like to stamp onto this hot press watercolor paper because, as you see, once I stamp this, it has a nice smooth finish that picks up on all of the wonderful details of the stamp. But then I can go back and do my painting onto this watercolor paper and it will handle the wet media well. So basically what I've done is I've stamped this in a very light ink and I am going to just paint right on top of it. And the stamp is designed to show you where to add your darker and lighter colors and where to add your shading. So instead of stamping an outline image and painting it in, you're stamping sort of this solid image and painting right on top of it. So that's the technique that I've chosen to do here. Now, by stamping this using an archival ink, which is waterproof and bleed proof, I can add my paints right on top without having to worry about sort of that bottom layer reconstituting or blending while I'm doing my painting. I'm painting this in using Distress Ink re-inkers used as watercolors. I like the vibrancy of colors that I can get with these when layering on top of that gray ink. But you could do this with your favorite watercolor medium. You could use your just standard watercolors. Whatever you like to do your painting with would definitely work for this technique. And I'm just going to continue to paint this, add some little Christmas music here for you to listen to, and I will be back at the end of the video. All right, so here's a look at that finished painted panel. This was done on a 5x7 watercolor panel, and I did take this and turn it into a finished card design by masking the outer edges and applying some distress inks to the interior and adding some stamping and a die cut and stamped sentiment. And I will link down in the YouTube description box below for a video that shows you how to do that masking and inking background technique. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also connect with Penny Black on Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, and our website and blog, and I'll link to all of those for you down in the YouTube description box as well. Thanks for watching and happy stamping.